It is the time to make a decision and the time to decide. And it is also time to learn and be impacted from different people. But before we go on, shout out to the people that always make this possible. Shout out to the Recollection for the clothes, White Hosting for the beautiful area, Mark Shots, the man behind the camera, and Digitech Solution for all the content you see online. So on today's episode, we have someone that's going to impact us and that's going to tell us a lot about himself. He is a lawyer and he is a businessman. Today he's going to share his story with us and tell us what he actually has for us as a constituency if you are in Kabale Municipality, and share his story with us so that we can see what it really takes and why he is maybe the best and what he will bring for us. So help me welcome a guest today. You're welcome.
Thank you, Ruby.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting me today.
It's a pleasure.
I am happy to share. I don't know if it's my story or my views or thoughts or all of them.
All of them.
Yeah, but I'm happy to engage with your regular viewers and listeners. And I must commend you for the good job you're doing, because I've seen some of the work you've done in the past.
Yeah.
And I like the idea. The concept is good. And this is what we need. Life is about impact.
Yeah.
You can live, become a big person, grow up, have a family, have children, pay fees. You will not get a medal for that. But at the end of the day, it is while you are here, how many lives did you touch? So some of our stories, some of other people's stories, if they are not shared, people, there's one, forget his name, but that there are many good ideas buried in the ground. So people die without talking about what they have experienced, which could help some other people. So I'm glad you created this kind of platform. Reach as many people as you can. We have some things to share. Some may be helpful, some may not be, but it's good to share. We have the technology now and everything that comes with it. So I am glad to be part of this, and I'm happy to share my story and answer any question that you may have.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself. Who is Honorable Dan, aside from all that? What we may think. I think it's best when the owner of the character and the person.
That's a very tough question, and it's actually one of the commonest questions for those people maybe doing interviews. Who are you? It's a very difficult question to answer, and actually many people tend to fail it. So still, I can tell you, I'm not very sure I have a very good answer to you to give to you. But as you said, the name Dan Musinguzi Nabaasa. Okay. I am a son to the late David Musinguzi and Joy Musinguzi. Grew up in a family, typical African family, your own biological sisters and brothers and many other people around. But in that order, I am the third born in the family and the first boy. So I was born sometime in the 70s, late 70s. And I was born, I think it was Sis Hospital. Yes, it was. And was basically born and bred in Kabale. I have been in this town of ours, and I usually joke with my friends that if I had lived at a time when we had university in Kabale, probably I would have stayed. So I did all my schooling right here up to S6. So I left Kabale in 1996, joining university.
Right.
I'm sure you were not in the picture yet. Even this time, probably your parents have not met. So, So I did attend nursery, what was TTC nursery, where it is now, it has transformed. It was Teacher Training College, then it became National Teachers College, and now it is Unite. It's Unity, it's now a university. So there was, being a teacher training college, there was a nursery. I think it was meant to train the teachers then. So that's where I was. Then later moved on to another one, which we famously called kindergarten. I don't know what Negated is kindergarten, but that's what we called it. All right. So then after that, I joined Kabale Primary School, which is Demo.
Yeah.
So I crisscrossed a bit. I also went to Kigezi High School, primary, lower. As a young boy, one of the exciting things growing up then was the school band. And probably there were two schools which had a band. I think it was Kigezi High School, primary, and St. Paul's, Roshorosa. So it was an exciting thing for me, and I wanted to go to lower. So I did 3 years at Kigezi High School, primary. Then in P6, I switched back to Demo for P6, P7.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I went to Kigezi High School for my O and A level. So basically 91 to 97. So as I joined Makerere University. So that's up to when I leave Kabale. And but it was, I don't know if you want to know maybe what happened in school, but maybe not. So but it was fun. Kigezi High School was a foundational time and place for me. I think I got my real grounding and shaping from Kigezi High School.
Yeah.
Times have changed. It may not be exactly what it was then, but it was a very good environment. I learned a lot. We had a very good headmaster, Canon Henrich, the agenda, and many and a host of other teachers, Bishop Onesmus. They shaped us morally, in Christian walk, and all those other things, and academically. And I think I honed my leadership skills while at Kigezi High School. Because for the 6-7 years I was at Kigezi High School, I was in the school council. I don't know if you have school council or school. So school council is basically the parliament of the school, if I may call it that.
She's selected.
So I always represented my class for the time I was there, and I served, as secretary of the school council, chairman. Then eventually I also became the chairman of Uganda National Students Association. And it was a record, and I opened the door for many other people because that space had been dominated by students from tertiary institutions, but we are the majority. And I had to mobilize my colleagues from Butovere, St. Mary's, Buchinda, and wherever. We have the numbers, so we are the ones who will dictate how this works. Yeah. And from that time on, I think the position has been filled by mainly secondary school, not tertiary institutions.
Yeah, actually, it's more.
Yeah. So that it's something I am proud of that I did. 1994, I represented Kabale district in what was called the CMOC debate. So, the constitution we have was made in 1995.
Yeah.
So 94, 95. But prior to that, they first arranged what they called a mock debate for children. So I was about your age. Ruby, how old are you? 17. Okay, I was a little young. I was just about 16. And so they organized inter-district competitions. So every district had to send a boy and a girl. So it was a debating competition, essay writing and everything. Went through all this. So I met many colleagues, by the way, recently. So we have our WhatsApp group of those of us who have been able to find each other when we met. Interestingly, about 9 of them are in parliament now. So I said from that, so it started from way back then. So yeah. So from there I went to Makerere University. Law was always my love, but as I also like economics. So actually I am I like that combination of economics and law, but there's even more. I just like education. I like reading, and that is a habit that I picked from Kigezi High School. We had a library that had good books, very good books. So I think by the time I completed my A-level, probably I'd read nearly all the novels African Writers series. That's it's volumes of books.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I went at the library and
That's So all had like a reading club of sorts. So would say, okay, we are going for this one. So we read. So I read, and I found it exciting because African Writers series, it's basically all of them are writing about cultures of Africa. So from Wole Soyinka in Nigeria to Ghana, you go to Kenyan writers. There were quite a number. Ngugi, who recently passed on. So it was quite rich and good things. So Makere, I've spent many years studying. I think because I did economics, that's 3 years. I did law, that's 4 years. I am almost getting to your age. So I have 3 master's degrees. I have a master's degree in economic policy management. I have a master's degree in marketing, MSc marketing, and I have a master's of law, LLM. Yeah, and of course I have a diploma in legal practice.
yes.
Yeah. But look, it's not a bragging point. All these things I'm doing them strategically.
Okay.
There's a way they complement each other. Yeah, and they have made my life a little bit easy because I understand different sides of many things. Yeah. So and I'm not stopping there. I must be. My promise is that before I become 50, I must be a doctor. So that is something I'm also working on.
Yeah.
And it's in the works. So yeah, Makere, the other major highlight for me was I met a friend, which friend later became my wife.
Okay.
So, yep. So we met when I was in second year. We became friends. And then later on in 2004, we got married. Our wedding was right here behind us. Yeah, so I've been married for as long as you are not there. And bonus with you and me. And so yeah, I'm married to Flavia Musinguzi Nabaasa, and we have 2 sons. Interestingly, even my sons are also older than you. So our firstborn is Agaba Ariho, who is at university now, first year.
Okay.
And second and last born, Amanya Ayeva Yasimwe, he will be 17 sometime in September. He's also his IB1, so that's a language you understand. Yeah. And so work-wise, I have done and I do quite a lot of things. But mainly, I would say that 60% of my time I'm doing legal practice.
Okay.
30% I do logistics.
Right.
And 10% I am somewhat in your space. My wife and I run a radio station here, Hills FM. Hills FM has made 8 years now. Yeah, So there's that, but I'm also a consultant, and that happens because of my broad training, Form 1, and also I do tend to consult on some things, which is also quite an interesting avenue. People ask me for this and that, and I'm able to provide this and that.
That means you're putting the time to really get the information, because that's years of acquiring knowledge over and over again.
Yes. You see, that's the formal bit. But actually, that my thirst for knowledge is way beyond the classroom. So I'm always ready. Yeah. And that would be my advice to the young people of Kabale. Read.
Yeah.
Things are hidden in books. Read. See, now we are distracted by many things, but I would say read. anytime, read. Even if it's the Bible, please read. There's a lot of wisdom in there, but people have written.
Yeah.
Some may not be excited, but there is knowledge.
There is still knowledge.
Yeah.
So currently you're a businessman.
Yeah.
You are a lawyer. As the current time you are contesting.
Yes.
To become the member of parliament, the municipality level.
Yes, correct.
So before I even ask you a manifesto, I'd like to first ask for other qualities, because you've been a leader or you've learned, you're informed. So what else is that you believe that has really made you contest, actually? Not that makes you better, but has made you contest that quality that you are like, okay, this adds to my capability. Yeah.
For one, I love this place.
Okay.
I love this place. And my time here, my early years as a kid, and then schooling through to high school, I think it wasn't accidental. I could have gone elsewhere. And that opened me to more about this town. And I fell in love, and I love this place very much. And I want to see this place change. I hope it can be better. Because ultimately, my plan is to come back home. So I want to come back home. And I want it to be a place that I won't be regretting that I left the other place. We should be in a town. Kabale Municipality. We should be a city.
Yeah.
For other reasons that may not be of interest now. It hasn't happened, but it will happen. It's just a question of when, not if. Not if. So it will happen, and when it happens, we just don't want to be a city name. It should be a city, and that we can be. Right, 100%. We have everything it takes to become that city.
Okay.
So one, my love for this place. I love this place. I'm committed to this place. I want to see it change. That's why, among the many things, my wife and I set up Hills FM, because we're looking at what is it that brings me to Kabale on a regular, when actually my base is out there.
Oh,
yeah.
Strategic.
Two, how else can you impact? What is the best medium to impact? Yeah. Radio. It's a youth station, and my interest is in the young people. How can we change the mindset? And that's the challenge I always give to the presenters at Hills. That every time you're behind that mic, there is maybe 5,000, 10,000 people behind there listening.
Yeah.
What is your message to them? Okay. So we thought a platform that one would entertain young people, like music. They like good music. I like music very much. I must admit, I think I'm the number one fan of our radio station. Every time I have a chance to listen, I'll listen in. I can tell you what is happening here and there. While you're listening to the music, what are the good things? Yeah. Where are those nuggets that you keep throwing in? So how do you cause change, influence, direct thought to unknown people you don't see, but they're out there? Listen, and we thought that the radio would be one of them. So that is part of my commitment to this place. My commitment goes beyond going to parliament or not. My commitment is, it's for as long as I live. I want to see this place become better.
Yeah.
I would want to meet many more Dans out there who say, no, that's our home. This is where we come from.
Yeah.
And what can we do to make a difference?
Okay.
3, I spent, like I said, quite some time here, and I do understand quite a lot about us here. And I have done a few things. One, I have experience as a leader. You could say you're a student leader, but leadership is leadership.
Yeah.
I have set up businesses that I lead. They are fairly successful. They are all right. So I have a bit of experience. I've trained. Like I said, this training is not just for me. It is to help me in other things for the greater good. So if you have a member of parliament who is that rounded in understanding, I think this is a good member of parliament. And I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about, I'm just talking about, assuming I'm aside and I'm looking at the CV of this Nabaasa Dan, saying, okay, this person, okay, he's knowledgeable in this area. He's done business here and there. Oh, he's been a student leader. Okay. I think I personally would vote for this person. I would. So I have prepared for this. I'm prepared and I'm ready. So I have to offer myself. I have to convince the people, and if they are convinced, I'm ready to serve.
All right. I see you still have the blood of Kigezi High School.
It is about service. Yeah, it is about service. About service, yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, Kabale, as you've talked about it, it's improving. It has not improved in some places. And the part of the city, what do you see for Kabale as a tourism city, if I have my stats right?
Will be a city. I don't know about tourism. Tourism is one of them. But when you think about it practically, if I am your guest today, okay, I live in Kenya, I've come to visit you. So go excite me. Tell me what you're going to show me in Kabale. Serious? What?
The museum and the lake, those are the main places. And
so
educational tourism.
Just for your information, now you need to go back to your geography. Is the lake in Kabale Municipality?
No, it's in what district? The educational parts maybe.
And interestingly, which museum are you talking about? Is it also in Kabale?
Or is it district?
Okay, they're in the district.
Yeah, not a municipality.
Yeah, so even the city, we don't know what shape it will take, but there's a very high chance maybe that the lake will be still out there. There's a very high chance it will be. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's close by. But, I mean, it's just 10 kilometers from here. So we could say yes. So would that be our biggest offering as a city? For example, if you compare it with maybe places like Kisoro and mountain gorillas, they have the mountain, so there are a few activities here and there. So tourism is one bit. And actually we can benefit from the tourism elsewhere because we're a transit point.
Okay.
Yeah. We may not be the end in itself, but we are part of the process, part of the chain.
All right.
So if someone is going to trek gorillas, yes, sir. So he can stop over in town. If we have a very good hotel like White Horse Inn, they would rather spend a night here, drive in the morning, and come back. So you see, the destination is not exactly Kabale, but will become part of the equation point. When they're moving, they will need a coffee. So you have a cafe somewhere, you go at the reception, pick a cup of coffee, maybe you need a bite. When they come back, maybe they need some bit of entertainment. So maybe there's a good bar out there where people want to dance away. By the way, we don't even have a cinema hall. So, so it's things like that. So we may not be the destination, but we can create activities around by virtue of people who are transiting through, right? We become the base and then people go because all the other tourist attractions are within reach. Hours, even a day. Everybody goes, come back.
Yeah.
So what are we going to offer people? Where can we compete? On accommodation, on entertainment, on dining. So we have good cafes. So I've seen like Numba, I've seen others coming up. That's the kind of thing people want. For a long time, you could not ask for coffee in our town.
Yeah.
Coffee, just coffee. You know, they give you Nescafe. Nobody takes Nescafe. That's not coffee. Real coffee is put coffee. So things like that, like a croissant. You ask for, you know, something basic. We're not there. Now there are a few places. So we need many of those, so that people who visit can find them here and can make this a base. We can do other things. We have, you know, like you've taken good photos. We should have actually sat here so that we get the other background. We have nice hills. Many people come from places where they don't see hills. So they get fascinated by the hills. You know, like in Kampala right now, it is boiling. See how calm, cool it is.
Yeah.
So we can have things like tourism, weddings.
Okay.
You know, so we can sell our scenery. Now, just imagine if White Horse Inn is giving wonderful packages together with the hotels around. So you say, we can do for you a function of 500 guests. Right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hotels. The venue will be White Horse Inn. We'll provide the meals. We have 60 rooms here. There are 40 rooms the other side. There are 50, 60. To let your people come. Now, if you have 500 non-resident people coming into town, do the numbers and see how much money they will leave behind in just a weekend. See, so if you have 2, 3 weddings bringing in 1,000 people, let me tell you the people who will benefit. The farmer who is supplying the food.
Yeah.
The range is wide. Vegetables, Irish potatoes, the man selling meats, the people selling drinks. Now, the service providers evolved. People providing tents, people doing deco, labor, you know. Now, our hotels are fully booked.
Yeah.
The petrol stations, these people are going to drive in. They're going to need fuel to
move around,
to go back.
Car hire.
So if you bring in 1,000 people every weekend, and each one of them, let me be conservative, spends 500,000, that money goes around.
Yeah.
If we start organizing tourism, I don't know what to call them, but you can say like weekly, we have people going to tour Kabale. Now you put all those things, stop over the equator, have lunch in Bara, stop at the museum for coffee. You come to Kampala, you come to Kabale, we'll take you to Lake Bunyonyi, following day go to Kisoro. Do like 3 days package.
Yeah.
Get traditional dancers to come, dance, get people to talk about our culture. This you can do in partnership. So how do we bring together our hoteliers to see how we can promote tourism? Because these things have backward and forward linkages. One will touch everyone without you realizing that you're doing that. So yes, we can be, but my understanding is that we are supposed to be an ICT city.
Okay.
That's what I get from a fairly well-informed position. So Kabale is supposed to be an ICT city. So basically, and that fits in so well with what our core strength is. I think here we can be an education hub. Okay. And education would change many things. So at the moment, I think we have 4 universities active here.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Kabale University, the Bishop Barrett, St. Ignatius, and Unite.
Yeah.
So let's look at it this way. I think the 4 combined at the moment, we could be having student population of about 10,000.
Yeah.
Now, if you do a good projection, if we are deliberate about investing and promoting our universities, I've been to countries abroad where a whole town is about just one university. So I'll tell you, having 50,000, let's cap it at 50.
Yeah.
What it means. These 50,000 are non-resident. Nobody stays here.
Yeah.
They come here, they need accommodation. They need to eat. They want to be entertained. They want medical services. Yeah. They want everything. So stationery shops have to be bigger and many.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for the cinema we're talking about to come.
Yeah, to come.
Yeah. So if you have that 50,000, it's a game changer. Many hostels love to come up to accommodate these people. Those who are supplying food must supply 4 or 5 times what they are supplying today. You know? Now, there are offshoots of this that we don't see, and we're beginning to see this. For example, intended or unintended, we could end up becoming a medical hub. See, we have a medical school now.
Yeah.
See, people who teach doctors, they are professors. It's that level. So these are highly specialized people. So if in Kabale we have that caliber of people who are training students here, they are available for consultation.
Yeah.
So if they are linked to Kabale University, which it is, because the Kabale University Medical School is linked to Kabale.
Yeah.
So if you have this, it means that specialists are available. So what you need to do is avail the high-end equipment that they need to be able to do that. Provide the space. There are countries like India, like Turkey, like Thailand, which have focused on medical tourism. Yeah, so you'll find, like what I was describing around the university, there are hostels and hotels to accommodate people who have come for treatment. So we potentially could have that. So people will come to be treated, they come to see. So when they come, they spend money.
Yeah.
So it is all that. So our focus, and quite big in my manifesto, is how do we advance education in this town? Because it's a game changer. It could change things.
Yeah. Then in the area, it's developing, so there is the mining industry.
Yes.
What do you see for that in our area?
I don't know if there is or there is supposed to be. Because what we see today is it's small scale. People are using hoes and shovels to do this. That's not what we're looking for. What we've been told and what studies have shown is that we have very big reserves of iron ore here.
Yeah.
That whole stretch of Moko right up to this side of Katuna Road.
Yeah.
That belt has a lot of iron ore. And I don't know if it's an exaggeration, but I've heard someone say that the value of the iron ore we have could be more than the oil that we are chasing at the moment. So maybe it doesn't have to be, but it is substantial.
Yeah.
But there are no deliberate efforts to extract this iron ore. I think there's been too much talk and less action. And that is something else that could be a game changer for us. Yeah. I was saddened to read an article again. Sometimes you don't know that somebody had said that they are going to put the smelting plant in Ntungamo.
Yeah.
And no. It's okay. In Ntungamo, they have their things. We also have our things.
Yeah.
We need this factory here.
Yeah.
We need this factory here. But there has to be movement. This oil, why it is today, I think we are very close. Next year, we should be able to have this oil finally coming out of the ground. But it has taken years.
Yeah.
Of training people, etc. So the same effort that was put in the oil, we also need to see that same effort in the iron ore. We need to start training people.
Yeah.
There was no relevant training available for people in that industry, so they were sent abroad to Norway, to Scotland, and everywhere. We need to see that happening. Where is that first crop of engineers, of miners, specifically for this place? 2, it requires a lot of power. Where is that deliberate effort? Where is the power we are talking about for smelting iron ore? Here. there has to be movement. Yeah. To show that, yes, the plan is in 10 years, this should happen. There's been talk of a railway line.
Yeah, the transition in East Africa.
Yes, just to move the iron or whatever it is. Let's see, where is the line going to pass? Let's start compensating people as the practice is. Let's fence off that line. And we know that in 2030, maybe by that time, when everything is ready, everything is in place.
Yeah.
You know, so there's little movement on the iron ore, but we could do more. There's hope that we can actually get this moving. But these things also come to leadership.
Right.
My theme for my campaign is foresighted leadership. It's actually more appropriate in Ruchiga than in English. I find English sometimes want to think. So my thing is turebo misho turebe hari. And those are the things we're talking about. We cannot be planning for small things. We can't be playing when others are moving, and we will be left behind. So we need big thinkers. We need people who think big. We need people who are thinking about 50 years from now, where shall we be? My challenge has been with our choice of leaders and what leaders promise is today have this, but what about after tomorrow? When I'm not there, and this is the legacy I was talking about, what drives you? Is it now, or it is what will be there even when I'm gone? So what kind of Kabale do I want to leave for my sons, for the Rubies of this world who are coming up? Where shall we be? We need to be thinking ahead. We need to be planning ahead. We need to see. Even the city planners need to realize that we are about to become a very big thing. So how much land have you reserved for the road? Because we cannot be planning for just one way, two way.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, if we are going to be big, it's going to be a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Where are we going to pass? You know, these hills are very exciting. I've always wondered if altitude is a factor in people who do long distance. Maybe we haven't explored this, because the people in the East, they're able to do that. There's the science behind it that people who live in higher altitude, I think the lungs grow to a certain level. So they're able to, there's something biological that I don't understand. I don't want to get into that. But what about that? Can't we have also a high altitude training field for athletics? Can't we start producing people running from Kabale? You know, we are known that we are generally very energetic people. We are not a very good representative, but I've seen some people are jealous. Can you imagine we don't play rugby? Yeah. Boxing, those should be our things.
Yeah.
Things like shot put, discus, javelin. There's skill, but the skill is also backed by certain strength. Yeah. So how do we get into the space of sports in that area, in the whole realm of sports? Cycling in these hills could be quite exciting, but how do we do that? And who is going to do that? So we need to think, not one thing. You see, there are people who think that development cannot be focused on one thing. Somebody says road, but for what? The road is not enough in itself. So there are other things that must move together. So when you're planning a road network, will it accommodate cycling? Because then just cars. Yeah, now we need to think how we can incorporate both. So what if we start hosting Tour de Car, the Tour de France, the cycling thing? Yeah. I think there's something they are doing across the border in Rwanda, cycling space. I think it's an international event. We could have one for ourselves.
Yeah.
Why not? So how do we plan holistically to try and develop this place? You know? Then the other thing is that we are centrally located. This is a hub. So the road to Kisoro, to Congo, to Rwanda, back to Mbara and everything. So what are we doing here? And we need to be an industrial town. We must have factories. You must have one place that employs 500 people, 1,000 people. We have 1, 2, 3. And there are other challenges. Power and reliable power, it's on and off. Yeah, good. So how do we tap into our position? The location being that hub. So one, we need an industrial park. Yeah, we need an industrial park. Let's push government to buy land. We need maybe about 300 or 400 acres. Yeah. Okay. We need a free zone. I don't know if you understand the concept of free zones, but basically these are areas that are designated for export. We are at a border. We have 2 borders close to us. Yeah. So you can have goods manufactured within the free zone. Okay. And strictly they have to go out. So now no taxes, and they get other many benefits. For example, if you're manufacturing sugar in a free zone, and you import, what would you import? I don't know. Let's talk about something that requires other inputs. So when you import like some ingredients for manufacturing, yeah, you get a rebate on some things like your VAT once you prove that the goods have gone out. Oh. So you can produce here because we have a competitive advantage. And there are things we can produce and would sell cheaply to our neighbors, particularly to Rwanda. So if we do that, and then even manufacturers elsewhere can bring their things, store them in warehouses, then the dealers, the buyers, the other side will come and buy from the free zone. Yeah. So we need that. We need things like that. We need an industrial park. We should have one. Yeah. You know, that's how we can. But again, what kind of politics are we playing? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? So we want to, okay, I also understand the frustration with our people. We've been lied to. Yeah, we've been lied to. However, I'm disappointed with even the level of lying. You see, even if you want to lie, let it be a proper one. Make it grand. Let it be grand. We have shallow promises for a place like Kabale. The promise must be big to the level of the things that I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what we are talking about. So you tell people we need an airstrip. Those are not negotiable things. These are things we must have. The longer we take, the harder it becomes for us to acquire the land for that. There are places which have been earmarked, and I think there is supposed to be an airstrip in Butoere. And I think there is land. But what I see is cows grazing around there. Before we know it, we'll have gardens next. We'll have someone's house. We'll have someone's house. And then it becomes a problem to remove them. Yeah. There was talk of an airstrip in Bubare, I think. There was talk of another one in Muruwere.
Currently, actually, the only airstrip I think around is in Kisoro. And when a number of people come here, so that means, yeah, but the entire system has changed. Yeah. So, you know, like, if you think about it, I see people in Chihi. Most of my friends from Chihi, they no longer have to spend the whole day driving to Kampala. It's more convenient to fly. I think Chihi has 2 flights a day from Entebbe and I think Kajansi. We need that. Yeah. So the things we're talking about require that people get here quickly. Yeah. So how do we get these people here? We need to activate those airstrips. We have to. Well, at least let's get one. We start with one.
Yes. So it's a whole range of things. And we can, talk about them. But it's a good place. We are starting to talk about them. The more we talk about them, and then we start pushing ourselves to achieve those grand things. Not small things, not today's things.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Big starting now.
We start now. The discussion, the conversation starts now.
All right. Just so, as you're finishing up, I'd like you to tell us, you've told us all that, but one major reason why anyone out there, even though they just listen to the last bit, why when they're making the decision, they should end up with you, because you've told us very many impactful things. I've learned very many things. Like the city part, I think I've been in the dark. Actually, I have been in the dark. I don't think I've been in the dark. So tell the viewers the major thing that they should look for. And as they're giving it to you, the major thing that they should have in mind.
So the summary of this is in my campaign theme. Turebo Misho Tureba. Literally translated in English is, let's just be foresighted.
Yeah.
Okay. So let our eyes be on bigger things. Yeah. Bigger, greater, and beyond even today, because it's not just about us who are here today. And this call is not just for me. It is a call for us as we think about leadership of our district and leadership of our country. All these things are interlinked. It's not enough to have a good MP when the chairman LC1 is not doing their job.
Yeah.
See, when decentralization happened, we seem to have missed something. That we have our own parliament, the district council.
Yeah.
That money is sent to that area. That the planning for most of the things is right there. So what is the caliber of councillors we are sending? The MP is crossing the district to lobby beyond the borders. But there are people who are here who are going to be doing the job that we want to be done every day. Yeah. So can we we do a forensic audit of our leadership needs and get the right people who are going to take us to the place where we want to be, because we are miles away. So back to your question, and as I started, Turebo Misho Turebe Hari. I think why you should think about me as the next member of parliament for Kabale Municipality, I think I'd hit on it before. Yeah, that one, I have trained for this. I have prepared for this. I'm experienced as a leader in student politics. Yeah, I'm a leader in my industry and the different areas where I'm doing. I have formally trained and purposely focused on equipping myself for such kind of job. And all these things that I was doing and the things I do specifically to help me prepare for this. So I am ready for this. Okay. I have the capacity. I have the ability. I have the willingness. And above all, I have the love and commitment to Kabale, right, which is very, very important. You can't, if you're not in love with what you're doing, if you don't love the people, the place you're trying to do something for, your life, it becomes transactional. Yeah, this is personal for me. It is beyond just being an MP. I also have an interest in leadership elsewhere, what other people are doing, because they are doing it for my home. This will always be home. Yeah. So beyond me, I'm also looking at other leaders. I'm a voter. I'm going to vote. And my vote is going to be informed by that. So we are ready to do the unusual. Okay. So it is politics unusual. It is leadership unusual. It's time to transform. We are talking about transformative leadership, not the same things. So the time is now when we need to make that choice. Let's look for those leaders. I don't want to say that one. I can only talk about the one I know very well. And this person is called Musinguzi Nabaasa. I have known this person all my life, and I know what he can do. And I would recommend him for the people of Kabale Municipality. And I think this man can do a lot more than people have imagined. All he needs is an opportunity. Just give me that opportunity. We'll serve.
All right. He has shared with us a lot, but you can get more information about his manifesto.
Correct.
Your website.
You can visit my website, Nabaasa2026.com. So on that you'll find a lot of information about me. There is my manifesto is there. There's my history and all those things that many of them were talking about.
Yeah,
they are right there. So go visit that website, check it out. But more importantly, get involved. Get involved. This is our battle. It is not mine only. Yeah. Let's all go to the front line and fight for the town that we want to see. We can change this town and we make it the town we're all proud of. So join the campaign, join the effort, tell a friend, do your bit, come and vote. Let's do it together.
Yeah. We've listened. He has really taught us. He has impacted with the knowledge that he has given to us. His main aim, if you've listened to all this and you have to summarize it, it's creating the impact. So if you know you are of age to vote, tell someone else and go and check, because it's your voice that counts. And you can make your voice count when you vote. Other you shall move in the same circle over and over again, having incompetent leaders or things that do not really please us when you could have changed them. So make the choice today and vote the best candidate. Vote for him and vote for impact. So before we finish up, remember we are the search is still on for the next Miss and Mr. Teens Kigezi. So if you would like to contest, it's very open. As long as you're a teen and you are from Kigezi, it's very open to you. Just call the numbers on the screen or else DM this platform right now and we shall get back to you with more information. So a shout out to the people that have always made this possible. Shout out to Derek Collections, White Horse Scene, Mark Shots, JTech Solution. Everything you always see move around, it's because of those people. And a shout out to the person that has also given us his time today, Honorable Dan. Thank you so much. So till next time, until voting time, think in your heart what you're going to vote for. Vote for something you see ahead, not what you see currently. Until next time, all the